Dr. David Kimbrough and Dr. Randall Hughes work to unlock the secrets of the intertidal zone, where the land meets the sea.
Leading up to the premiere of our documentary, In the Grass, on the Reef, Oyster Doctors, Randall led field trips to some of her experiment sites. During this trip, she was able to check her experiment and share her findings with participants.
In the fall of 2011 and again in the fall of 2012, we planted mangrove propagules in a garden up here.
In one of her St. Joseph Bay sites, she is studying how the increasing abundance of mangroves in North Florida will affect salt marsh ecosystems.
There are mangroves that have come here naturally, and we noticed them particularly out in this site. And so we got curious about how they were surviving and how long they had been here, and there was some anecdotal evidence that they're getting more abundant now with warmer winters and that sort of thing. And so we collected mangroves from the Indian River Lagoon and Cape Canaveral and Cedar Key and here in St. Joe Bay and planted them all in this garden and have been following them over the last few years.
After a few years of consistent findings, colder weather allowed Randall to test the plants more thoroughly.
But of course, with this winter being much harsher than past winters, some of them show very obvious signs of frost damage, and it's all of the southern propagules that have the frost damage and none of the St. Joe Bay. It's the Cedar Key seedlings that really seem to have done the best, not had any frost damage, which is interesting because the mangroves there were knocked back by a really bad winter in the early 80s, I believe, and they pretty much lost all their mangroves. But it's interesting to think about whether the mangroves are going to get more abundant and what that means for the marsh and the community.
In the Grass on the Reef is funded by the National Science Foundation.